It's working as well. Okay, thank you. It is now. Hiya, Ben. How are you feeling? How is the squad feeling after Saturday? I mean, do you reflect on it and think it was a missed opportunity?
To an extent, yes, but look, we played against a good side. These games are tough when you go to places like Armenia and they put another good performance in. And look, the point is what we got, and this is the situation we're in. So look, yeah, we can't afford to look back. All we can do is focus on ourselves coming up against a good Turkey side, and hopefully we can do our part and it goes our way.
You talked last week about, your backs being up against the wall so many times and how you do well in those kind of situations. Well, here they are again, wedged right up against the wall. You've got to hope that you win and things go your way in Croatia's game. Do you feel confident that Armenia can take points off of Croatia?
Look, I think the one thing about Armenia, they've been in every game that they've played in this group, and they put two very good performances in against us, and look, we're hoping that they can do it again. But that becomes irrelevant if we don't do our job first.
Talking about Armenia, obviously it was a long, long trip for those Wales fans, more than 1,000 who made their way out there. Obviously, for some, as has been well documented, it was a tough trip for them. Do you feel that you owe them a performance in a way in this game? You want to make up for what happened in Armenia, perhaps?
Look, we're always incredibly grateful for the Wales away fans. I've got friends that go, and every single time they go, they're fully behind us, and their support is incredibly appreciated by us as a squad. And look, the result didn't go the way we wanted to in Armenia, but they stuck behind us all the way. I'm sure they haven't given up hope as much as we haven't.
Are you comforted by the fact that you're guaranteed a playoff place? And you've been through that with the World Cup campaign. You got to the World Cup via the playoffs. Or do you feel that maybe you shouldn't have to be going down that route?
Ideally, we don't want to be going down that route, but of course we're aware that if things don't go our way, then that opportunity is there. But look, we've still got a massive game tomorrow, and football throws out some strange things sometimes, and hopefully it can go our way.
You've had so many special nights, haven't you, at the Cardiff City Stadium over the last 4 years, 5 years, going back beyond that. And you would look at the Ukraine game, perhaps, where you qualified for the World Cup. Do you think back to those moments and think how special it would be if you have another moment like that?
Yeah, of course. We've put in some amazing performances in Cardiff over the years, and we've had some special nights there. And look, we have to be hopeful that we can do it again. We can only control what's in our control, and on the night we'll have to hope that some things go our way, but we can't give up that hope.
Could be a funny night if you have to keep tabs with the Croatia-Armenia result, couldn't it? You'd remember Euro 2016, you qualified for that via results elsewhere, even though you'd lost in Bosnia.
Yeah, and look, I think, as I said earlier, our job is pretty simple here. We have to win our game, and that's our focus, and whatever happens elsewhere will happen, but it's down to us first and foremost.
Thanks, Ben.
Okay. Excuse me, in the back here, if you can just be quiet off your phones, please, as well. That'd be appreciated. So, sorry? We do that at the end. There's an extra batch at the end there. Okay, thank you.
Happy? Yeah.
Türkçe soruları aldıktan sonra çeviri yapacağız. O şekilde konuşalım.
Okay. It's just about the Ben, sort of the playoff route. I psychologically, how that maybe helps a bit on tomorrow night, because after the game, I've never seen so many players on both sides just on their knees, flat on their back. It looked like the world had come to an end. I understand it was a difficult game and it was exhausting as well. But are you able to take some comfort that you do still have a route to the Euros and use that for whatever you need to do tomorrow night?
Look, it's obviously in the back of our minds, but ideally we'd like to get it done tomorrow night. But again, things aren't in our control. There is that backup, but I don't think I can say too much more than we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
And in terms of analysing performance as well, how easy it is to just park a performance, park a result, because I was just talking with Rob Page we were walking along earlier, just talking about that performance against Croatia was so high, and then a team that I know everyone expected you to beat and you couldn't get over the line. Just how do you park a bit of inconsistency?
I think it's a case of, look, we played against a good side. We gave it a go. We played against an Armenia side that definitely has been in every single game, has had opportunities to do well, and it didn't quite go our way on the day. But look, we have a massive game coming up against Turkey, and the Armenia games in the past, we know what we have to try and do.
As a captain, and you liaise with Rob and the coaches, managing minutes of players. We've talked, it was energy sapping the game against Armenia anyway. Some of the players don't maybe necessarily have the minutes they'd like in their legs. How's it been sort of recovery day yesterday, training today, in terms of players being as close to 100% as a footballer can ever be for a game?
Yeah, I think we've got everything in place here. Everybody feels as ready as they can be, and when you've got a big game like this where everything's on the line, I think you find a way to get through it.
And just on again, just reflecting on how tomorrow night can go, I think Ian alluded to it. How difficult is it to focus at half time if you are trying to keep an eye? If for any reason Armenia are doing you a favour, do you want to know the result? Or the scoreline as it goes on? Do you ask for updates during the game? How would you approach that?
Look, I'm pretty sure that in this day and age, people will be aware of what's going on in the other game. But I think, as I've said before, it is irrelevant if we aren't doing our job. So first and foremost, let's focus on ourselves. Hopefully, we can be in a good place, and then into the crunch minutes of the game, if we're in the right place, then we'll wait and see.
Okay. Any more? We'll have three each then for English, and then.
Sorry. That's okay. Yeah, go on here.
Either or.
Ben, I was just wondering, you talked about a band of brothers before the match. Those testing nights when that really gets sort of tested to the fore?
Yeah, look, things aren't always going to be straightforward. Things are going to be up and down, and it wasn't our night the other night. But hey, we have to stick together. If we don't have that, then we haven't got much going. So we're there together, and in the good times and the not so good times, and we have to step up again tomorrow.
I know you didn't play against Turkey, but having watched the videos, what have they done right in this group to have won it?
Yeah, look, I think they're a very good team. They've played some very good attacking football. They've pushed teams in every game, and they've got a lot of quality up top as well. So look, we know how difficult this a game it's going to be, and hopefully we can match them and get something out of it.
And how important is it to get into those playoffs with some momentum, if, of course, that's where it ends up?
Look, that's something we'll have to see where we're at after the game tomorrow. But, to be honest, we're fully focused on the Turkey game, and we'll see where we are after that.
Yeah, Ben, you've taken points off a team like Croatia in this campaign, and yet qualification is ultimately now not in your hands. Do you find yourself a little bit frustrated that the situation has slipped to this point?
Yeah, of course. Of course, we're frustrated. We'd like to be in a different position, but we are where we are. We can't really affect that now, and it's about giving all we've got in one last game and hoping things go our way.
Before the game on the weekend, you used the word dream a lot of the time in your press conference. Are you still clinging to those dreams of another major tournament?
Of course we are. I think playing in major tournaments for your country is the pinnacle of international football, and that dream is certainly still there.
Thank you, Ben. Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay. So any more questions in English? Just a couple more, and then we'll move on.
We're all playing a game here. You should beat this team because you're ranked higher. You should beat that team. Why didn't you win this one? But is the truth, this is where we're at. You've punched above your weight in the past 3 tournaments, and we might be struggling a little bit to qualify this time, but you're still playing at a very good level.
Yeah, for sure. I think, Wales we're not the biggest country. We have probably punched above our weight for a long time, and when you do that, expectations are in front of you, and people expect a lot more out of you and where you want to go. But yeah, look, we're still in with a shout at qualification. It isn't doom and gloom just yet, and if we don't go through now, we still have a chance for a playoff, and that's down to our past success. So look, we're not panicking as a group. We've still got a chance.
And the other thing is, you're developing as a younger group. Every game you're going to get better, you're going to get tighter. And as you said, you've still got another avenue. So whether you have to go via the knockout phase to get to Germany or you get to Germany, you're taking steps in the right direction, I thought.
Yeah, I think so. I think, to qualify for 3 out of the last 4, we're still in with the opportunity of qualifying for the 4th. Look, we're not a million miles away from it, and I think as a group that's something we have to be proud of. It's not just something we did as a one-off. We've maintained that success, and we want to keep that going.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. So we'll